What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today on Madden 21, and we're doing another realistic rebuild, this time of the New England Patriots, who had themselves a pretty decent draft class. Obviously, the two big-name first-round guys. Wait, was Barmore a first-rounder? He was, right? Or was he not? Oh, yeah, he was in the top of the second. What a win. Absolute winners. Of course, the Patriots draft wasn't perfect top to bottom, but it was a pretty damn good class. And I will say, the way they drafted at certain positions kind of makes it a little easier for me on deciding what to do for the cornerback spot. Not drafting, a singular corner in the draft tells me they're going to try to find a way to keep Gilmore and Jackson. So I don't know if they have the cap for that, but if not, I don't exactly know what they're doing. Are they willing to just lose one for nothing at all? I mean, that is kind of the Patriot way, the compensatory way. As far as, the players go, though, I remade Cam Newton because I feel like Cam Newton himself is actually like a glitch, which I'm not even it's not even an argument. He's literally a glitch. So hopefully this one doesn't break the game. And if it does, I guess we're going to roll with him, and Mac Jones is a waste. But you can't tell me they took Mac Jones that high, feeling super confident in Cam, because Cam is young enough to the point where if he does ball, he can still ball for well after Mac Jones's contract, his rookie contract is gone. So you gotta assume that, they're not feeling super confident with Cam, but confident enough to give him the reins one more go. As far as running backs go, I think Damian Harris is probably going to get a lot of burn this year in real life. So I actually put him as the number one, with James White and Sony Michel being the, the relieving backs, which kind of is the way they would play anyways. With Ramondre Stevenson, in real life he's got potential. In Madden, I mean, I don't know where to put him, right? Kind of a power back, not super fast, but fast enough for his size, I guess. As far as re-signing receivers go, Trey Nixon's going to be our number 3 because he actually has a lot of potential, and the Patriots, they really haven't had a whole lot of speed around here in a long time, so I'm going to put him in the number 3 spot to give him a chance. Nelson Aguilar is going to be the number 1, with Kendrick, who I always call Keldrick Bourne, as the number 2. And then as far as tight ends go, I readjusted their overalls. Henry was an 87. I dropped him to an 84. Johnny was like an 80-something. I put him at an 86. I think that Johnny was just better than Henry was last year. Will Henry's name carry enough, though, or carry too much, though, for Madden 22 and still put him as the higher overall? That'll be a test for EA. It'll be a test for EA. It'll be the old Eifert treatment, kind of. As far as offensive line goes, we know how the Patriots roll. They got a decent O-line still, especially with the Trent Brown trade. Defensive line, Winovich left end. This is the stuff. Okay, this is what we got. Christian Barmore will be the number 1 DT for us. Outside, Judon, hoping for the best because they gave him some money. And he's been a pretty consistent player in the NFL, so can't really hate it too much. But, just saying. And, of course, Bledsoe, a guy that could end up making the starting lineup at some point. But I will say Devin McCourty usually lasts a few years. So, speaking of the guy, there he is. We'll see what happens. Anyways, though, that's pretty much the intro. Let's get going. That's going to be a bit of a yikes to me. This is not super far from the truth. So this is interesting. But if I can help any teammates on the field, I'd like to find other ways to contribute. Mentor the starting quarterback. Work with O-line instead. Challenge defense in practice. I'm going to mentor the quarterback. I think that's kind of, the plan around here, right? Throwing under pressure, breaking sacks. I suppose throwing under pressure would be the best for him. Can you stay focused under pressure? That's really what we're looking for. 3 under pressure, not bad. As far as setting a season goal goes, I think 9 wins is probably what most people would project, but I'm going to chill at 7 because there's no 9 wins. There's just playoffs or not, and Mr. Duggar got himself a chance to be a star dev, which would be massive, absolutely massive. Speaking of massive, it would be a massive help if maybe you subscribed. Of course, we do a ton of franchise stuff. You don't want to miss out on it, right? I mean, it's just great content. It's just really some of the best. Not even on YouTube, not even in the Madden community, just in general. We're giving Saturday Night Live a run for its money. I don't know if that's even a good thing or not. I don't even know if... Oh, come on, man. I don't know if they're still running strong or not, but I imagine kind of, right? But maybe leave a like as well. Kind of helps out. Not even kind of, definitely helps out. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK Plays, and then twitch.tv/Jeromepkr, which we might be live tonight, actually, around 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we might actually do a rebuild thing there. I kind of want to do like a fantasy draft thing, so maybe check it out. That's pretty much it. That's all I got for you. And oh yeah, I have like the Amazon affiliate link, probably be pinned or something. I don't know, dude. It's a thing. You buy stuff using the link, and I get some. Jeff Bezos gets sad, and everyone really wins. Ooh, Trey Nixon. This could be massive. Like, we really don't have the guy here in New England outside of like the tight ends, maybe. And as always, even if it's normal to star, we lose. I would love to know the odds on us completing a wide receiver dev up. It can't be great. As far as Trent Brown goes, I mean, I'd like to keep him. I don't know what the cap situation is because, obviously here the cap room's it's rather high. Can't imagine it's super great, but yeah, we're going to be paying J.C. Jackson as well. In one of our other rebuilds that wasn't even that long ago, maybe like a month ago, if that, we did end up trading Gilmore off. Did we also trade off JC? I can't remember. We might have traded them both, but I wouldn't want to. It's just things make sense if you're broke. But we're not looking too broke here. I like it. As far as Dante Hightower goes, in real life, maybe you have a chance. In here, there's just no way we're giving him a 3 or 33. Here we are, headed to the playoffs, and let me tell you, the team went 10-6. The question is how much of it was Cam and how much wasn't. I really don't want to pay him a 2-year because this will be the damn Cam Newton rebuild again. But we'll see. We'll see. Mac Jones is a high pick, but how? It doesn't matter who he is. It just doesn't. I mean, those are pretty damn good numbers, right? But they're not like... they are really good numbers, though. Like, that puts him at number 2 for touchdowns, number 3 for yards. Interceptions puts him at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th. I mean, it is the 8th highest, but... it's not crazy high. 67% completion percentage is really high, too. I feel like you have to pay him, then. Who do we actually play this season? We're going to base this off of how easy the schedule is as well. So that's rather easy. Not great. Easy, not great. 50-50, 50-50. Tough, easy, tough, easy. 50-50, 50-50, 50-50. Easy, tough, easy. I mean, it's not that hard. It's not that easy. It's kind of like middle. Man, am I sad. Let's take a look at the rushing numbers. Damian Harris, 1,000 yards. Okay, not bad at all. We kind of shared the ball around and kind of expected that. Trey Nixon may be good enough to go to star. Nelson Aguilar should be good enough to go to... damn it, I wish he was already star. To star. Jonnu was decent. Probably not good enough to go to superstar, though. Defensively, only one guy over 100. Chase Winovich was actually pretty decent. So was Barmore. Judon was meh. Okay, we need a new kicker, that's for sure. I don't know what to do with the quarterback situation. Maybe you tag Cam. I mean, he's willing to play, speaking of the Patriots, Tom Brady MVP, he's willing to pay under that really low deal they gave him. So surely, $30 million half being, it's a pretty good deal for him, right? Have you checked the leaks? Yes, we have done this, believe it or not. But I suppose let's go in 85 overall against the Chargers, who are in 85. We took their tight end. They're going to take our dreams. Hopefully not. Ooh, a bit of snow, huh? The Texans. Huh? The Texans beat the Browns. This is the year to win it if you're going to win it. 6-7. I mean, it looks like Folk is kind of balling out here. Obviously, a lot of snow games in that man's career, so he should be used to it. 9-20. It looks like the Chargers are more used to the snow than we are, as we are getting absolutely handled. Although the game isn't completely over here, although it seems to give the ball away, and now it's over. It wasn't over for the moment I said it wasn't, but yeah, I mean, now it is. 30-41, we lose. I mean, good comeback in the end, but obviously just too much of a hole. Cam Newton, not bad. Not bad at all. Damian Harris was terrible, though. Absolutely terrible. If there's a playmaking running back there, maybe we take a shot, maybe in the second round or the third round, but I don't know. There's other needs around the team. I think wide receiver should still be the first round focus. But we shall see. We'll have to see what is there. Best available is always the way to go, unless you're absolutely loaded. Chiefs versus Buccaneers. Where have I seen that one before? And the Buccaneers win. Wow, it's a surprise. Dante Hightower did not go up in dev. He didn't lose much of his overall, but you have a lot of linebackers here. I'm kind of thinking, of course, Cam goes up in dev as well. I mean, there's really no point in paying the tag, is there? I don't even know if there's much of a chance to pay the tag. You're not interested in signing $26 million. you got to tag him. Even though I would love to start, his ratings are a little low, but even though I would love, and I mean absolutely love to start Mac Jones because he's the younger guy, I just can't. It's just not realistic. Dante Hightower, though, because of that, we can offer but he's not going to accept it. If we get rid of that and, maybe make it a little more guaranteed, you'd have the salary cap. I'd like to play for a new team. Unfortunately, that's the case. That's what's going to happen. Of course, we'll take a look at the dev-ups real quick. We do have a little bit of money to spend. Let's see if we can save any money with anyone, released and all that. Hopefully, our rookie wide receiver went to star, and he did not. That is an L&a-half. Let's drop him down. Obviously, Nelson Aguilar goes up. Offensive line is looking decent. Only dev up on offense was Cam Newton. And then on defense, I don't think we had a single dev up. Not a single one, as McGrone is going to be the number one middle linebacker around here outside of McMillan. I really don't like Bentley. He's just too up and down for me, and he's not really athletic enough. Not that McGrone is like the craziest athlete in the world, but still better than him. Duggar, that's so sad. But man, yeah, the team's in a bit worse of a spot than I was imagining. I thought the team was going to be way better than that, and I forgot about some of the real-life contracts they paid, which are pretty expensive. Of course, McCourty, can you get rid of him? I wouldn't want to, but at least that's a safety net. If it comes down to it, we can get rid of him. Kyle Van Noy, they just kind of re-signed him, so I imagine it's going to be pretty much all guaranteed. Not in the greatest of spots here, I'll be honest. And I adjusted Judon, but apparently he didn't get adjusted properly. Damn, we really are broke. I'm going to add that. We're going to be like skimming the line here. But like I said, with skimming the line, I mean, we just can't afford to sign anyone. So at the end of the day, we're just going to ignore that. Draft stories, Jason Cohen. Looks like he was running the 40 with an anchor. Oh, yikes. That's a pretty big, insult. No, he could have said like, running with like 20-pound weights or something. And he said a full-ass anchor. He was, he's literally looked like he was tied down to the ground. Calvin Wall. Man, I would like to have some of these players. I mean, he's a center. Okay. All right, so for our draft picks, we have pretty much all the same, but we have that extra 4th and 6th from the Houston Texans, which I believe was adjusted in real life to be in this year rather than the real-life draft. As far as what we have to take, it's a couple of wide receivers. There's also some wide receivers later on that we could probably take a look at. There's a DT. A lot of the players we have are all like early or mid first. So I'm thinking about what I want to do here as Caesar Cologne, if that's his name, Colin Cologne. I'm really hoping what happens is this guy goes before Wall, which just won't happen. But if he does, then I make my trade up perhaps. I don't know if... Because at 21, we're just outside the realm of these decent players. We could get rid of Gilmore if we get Lowell. We actually might be able to trade up for Lowell and get rid of Gilmore. How much is Gilmore making? Is he guaranteed? So, I mean, we'd lose some money, but you'd get a lot of value. You'd get at least a first-round pick off of him, right? All right, so we're up to pick 9. Wall is still there, surprisingly, and that is, like, my guy that I want. But, man, there he goes. Is there any other choices? I don't want to move all the way up here, but Cologne just isn't my dude. Eddie Lowell looks decent. He's a mid-first. I'm going to trade... we can't do interdivisional to the Jets either. Can we trade to the Colts? Because the Colts are lacking at corner. Take 14 off the Colts and then move up from 14. Ooh, that's not the wrong thing. Move up from 14. I don't even know if... Actually, Gilmore would probably be on a cheaper deal by now, no? So I might be able to clear some cap as well. I think in real life we would have actually had to sign Gilmore, but here we are. They don't want him. Really? Okay, they do want him. They're just joking. Got us. So let's trade 14 to the interdivisional Dolphins. The Jets. Oh, we've seen the trades, right? This has happened. I guess I'm pulling it. I'm pulling the trigger here. I'm going to pull the trigger on this one. I'm going to say, you know what? Interdivisional trades happen. If it's valuable enough, I think 117 to move back only 2 spots, which hops over the Jets anyways. It's still, you're still cucking one of your divisional members. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. We still have 21 if we wanted to do something with it. I don't really think we do, though. Eddie Lowell, number 2 or number 3 corner? Let's find out. Number 2. Nice. Nice. Great pick. 77 overall hidden. Very fast. Okay, a little bit faster than I thought he was going to be. That's a win. That's a win. And we do have a bunch of wide receivers a little bit later, so I might actually look to trade down from 21. Ooh, but you do have Kadeem James, who is, I mean, he's a little bit slow in the 40 time, but the rest looks great. I think I'll pass on him. You also do have Ryan Jackson, a late second player. Jason Cohen, for a fact, we want because they talked about him. And just in general, he looks pretty decent, even if he ran a slow 40 like they want to say. We got a lot of people on our list, I will say, a lot of them. Safety is not that big of a need, but he's 22 and he looks really good, so maybe we trade down to get the safety. We're going to move down to the Lions. We're going to take their pick 40 this year, and we're also going to get a second round next year. They end up trading up for a bust, it appears, but obviously we don't know because he could be hidden. Kadeem James is still there, while the safety is not. Like, linebacker is up there on the list, but he's not, like, that guy's not absolutely crushing anything, right? Screw it, we're going to take him. Ryan Jackson. I almost called him Jensen. And he's hidden. Okay, that's clutch. That's clutch. He is on the slower side, but I think he fits the team pretty well because he is kind of like, quote-unquote, a hybrid-ish. I think he is like an outside linebacker for this team, not a middle linebacker, so he might actually replace Kyle Van Noy next season. But I suppose let's move to our next pick. We're not really balling out that hard with draft picks, so, you know, got to be careful. We definitely want to land most of the players we still have on the list here. Like, this guy looks like a really good player. DT's still a need over here, I suppose. Gio Bolden is a guy I would like to land. So Cohen is a mid-third. I think we can maybe go to the start of the third and, you know, see what we can do there. So we get a third and a fourth from the Broncos. Hopefully Cohen is still there. If he's gone, fair enough. The team is pretty set at lineman anyways. But I think Cohen had I think he's good enough, right? I'm actually going to look at the O-line. I want to see, like, what the potential is for us losing a player. Man, like, we're, like, kind of set, though. Like, we just paid Andrews. Do you let Shaq Mason go at some point? I don't even know if we can afford to let him go. Man, I don't know. We do have to replace Wynn, and he is a little undersized for left tackle anyways. He's very good, though. I don't know, dude. I think we're just going to take him whether we actually need a lineman or not, which is probably dangerous thinking, but whatever. Jason Cohen, and 74 overall normal. Definitely a good player, but yeah, if I could go back in time, I probably wouldn't have taken him. Really hoping that Bolden guy is there because I do want him still. And he is. So Bolden looks to be the best available wide receiver. I mean, we have a couple other guys that are okay, but their talent grade's not great. And they're... Oh! What about Alani Baker? Doesn't really fit the mold for what we need, though. We already have a lot of small receivers. Gio Bolden, mid-second, or Alani Baker. We could take both. What are our picks? Damn it. I think we're going to trade down. We're going to the Vikings. I don't know what pick they gave us, but we got a fourth and a fifth. I'm going to take the DT here. It seems to be a pretty decent pick. They give us a rather high spot. And, man, they just have to give me Bolden still, don't they? Grant Hodges is my number one available, though, so we're going to take him. 72 overall normal. Lots of potential there. Actually, very high potential. Man, I'm having a tough time. Because that 3-cone is brutal. But he looks like he's built for the task, right? It's either mid-second or a late first. We could probably land both. Let's take Bolden. 69 overall normal. He does have aggressive catch. He has a very high potential build. He's like N'Keal Harry, but better, which I know most Patriots fans are probably like, N'Keal Harry? Why would you bring that name up? This team needs wide receiver. It'd be smart, probably, right, to invest in the position. So Alani Baker is going to be our next choice. And definitely the better of the two. Aggressive, faster than I would have thought as well. So, I mean, on the surface, we at least have the wide receiver position pretty much sorted. I never got to finish scouting them, but I see enough for a fifth-round pick to take a risk. Josh Holmes, 69 overall, and that's pretty much what we're looking for. We're looking for an outside linebacking pass rusher. We actually trade away one of our later sixth-round picks with a seventh next year. The Patriots have a bit, well, especially with our trade downs, a bit of sixth round, so I'd actually be able to grab Flynn on top of it. You know, not as good, but yeah, he's got some potential too. First, though, Mr. Wolf, 67 overall. Very interesting type of player. I was about to say, it doesn't really look like an elusive type. Very solid, though. Very good value for a six-rounder. Then we trade a 6th and a 7th this year to the Ravens to take the pass rusher. Mr. Telvin Flynn. Another 69 over. Really good draft picks. This guy's a little bit slower than, I'd want him to be, but really good draft picks. Kind of that hybrid fit, I suppose. You can try to fit him in there. And Ryan Jackson, maybe we got lucky. Maybe we have our star or superstar outside. And he is superstar. Okay. I was going to say maybe like superstar X Factor or something, but... Okay, I really almost just did not take him. Is that not Hightowers? Nah, whatever. I really almost didn't take him. I want to take a look at... I don't know if there actually was anything. I guess I'll look at Wall. Really wasn't much, to have. And, oh, he looks good. Oh, no. Doesn't have the greatest of traits, but fast as can be. That is a little disqueasting. And he's only star. Okay. And here's the safety we're looking at. Not a bad player, but, doesn't really have a spot to fit. All right, so Cam Newton, the superstar, he's not that high of an overall, obviously, and I can adjust him, but, man, I don't want to do this all over again. If he has another really good season at this overall, then I guess the Mac Jones rebuild just doesn't even matter, but if he doesn't, then, we'll let him go, because obviously we need to let him go, because we just can't afford to keep him realistically. Nixon played pretty well as the number 3, so we're going to move him up a little bit, see what happens. We have Bourne at number 3, still technically playing number 2. It's a weird thing. Baker at number 4, Bolden number 5, N'Keal Harry just not working out. I don't know why, I should have just released him, honestly. As far as defensively goes, corner definitely takes a dip, but Lowell is the future. I think that it's not a bad decision to have him there, right? Like, I think the trade-up was definitely worth it in the end, even if he was normal maybe, but, we don't have to afford him. We have to pay him anymore. Once that penalty's gone, things should look pretty good. Realistically, though, Jackson needs to replace probably Van Noy, not even probably, definitely Van Noy after this season. We need to draft a middle linebacker. We could use a new safety. Things are the way they are. We're definitely not ready to win a ring yet, but I think we're making strides. Hey, Duggar gets to star. 5K XP on top. I'm not saying the team's in the worst spot ever, but I'm kind of thinking that these numbers by Cam are probably benchable, so I think it's going to be the Mac Jones show. All right, so we have some re-signings. Isaiah Wynn. Obviously, Barmore, we have to adjust that. He shouldn't need to be re-signed just yet. Same with Mac Jones, obviously. So Cam Newton, probably not, right? I mean, we're benching him for Mac here. Isaiah, I suppose you probably should keep him. He's really solid, actually. His ratings is very solid. Mac Jones obviously will fix that, and then maybe Devin McCourty. I'd say Devin McCourty maybe for one final year. All right, so at the playoffs, and I don't know if benching Cam Newton was really the best idea, as Mac Jones really didn't look super comfortable. Not much worse than Cam anyways, but I suppose Mac Jones, if they're playing like the similar, styles, which is pretty similar, I suppose, I'd rather take a cheaper contract than Cam. I mean, in general, the team just did not seem good at all, which is very unfortunate. McRone could go to star, which he had a chance to already. Winovich, I'm going to force him to superstar if he doesn't get it automatically, because the man has had back-to-back God-tier seasons in this scheme, which is not the easiest to work through when you're a smaller defensive end. As far as awards go, I wouldn't expect to win even a singular one. So, honestly, that a season, you might as well have just skipped past it. That's how bad it was, which makes me feel so great. Cowboys versus Jaguars, and the Jaguars have already won a Super Bowl, because that's what's going to happen in real life. As far as dev-ups, I mean, we didn't really deserve a dev-up. Maybe McRone, like we mentioned, who didn't go up in dev either. What was that season? I'm going to force Chase, like I said, but you've got to be joking. I'm not saying, tackles mean everything, but typically tackles are good enough to get you there, right? Of course, Kyle Van Noy is being replaced automatically because obviously he needs a contract, but just in general, Jackson is a better overall. So, man, I don't know what to tell you. That was just a waste of a season. And that just really sucks. McCourty, a 1-year 6 is, not bad. But he's not going to take it, let's be honest. I'm offering him quite a bit more than he wanted, and I think, whatever, who cares. I was going to re-sign Sony Michel, but he actually had a pretty big dip in production. If he would have had a similar season to last year, totally, but nowhere near. I mean, 3.1 yards per carry is like not even NFL caliber. let alone, backup. But yeah, let's go to free agency. We do have a lot of money, but we also did lose a decent bit of starters and backups. But like I said, decent bit of money, 69 mil to work with. So running back will be on the list. Wide receiver will be first and foremost on the list. As far as defensively, linebacker, safety, D-line probably. D-line's actually not terrible in fairness, but let's take a look at what we actually have available. Fred Warner, a 6-year 102, I think is a pretty good fit, actually. I think the Patriots have always wanted a solid middle linebacker on their roster at all times, and we're going to get an option to do that here. Sebastian Joseph Day, we could use a defensive lineman, like I said, so we might actually pay him as well. I mean, I've never even seen this guy's name show up. I don't even know who this is, but welcome to the squad, buddy boy. Barmore maybe at D-end with him at true number 1 DT, or the run-stop type. I might actually want to offer Fred a little bit less than that. I don't think it's like far off of the realm of possibility, but I think it's a little high. A 6-year 90 is still really good money. And for whatever reason, Deshaun Elliott's a superstar here. He's not really asking for a crazy amount. I'm willing to pay him too. Owusu Koromo, obviously, the contracts aren't perfect, but, what can I do? Superstar here, which is pretty impressive, though. All right, safe to say we're not going to be spending any free agent money. Well, if we even have any anytime soon, as we pay Gallup a 5-year deal, a 4-year deal, I can't remember, a 3-year for a Joseph Day. Elliott, who I forgot to, well, actually, no, I didn't forget. We looked at free agency, or the combine, and it really sucks because there's some really good-looking corners, which you can maybe push the corner we drafted last season to safety, kind of built for that anyways, but it's probably too late now as Elliott gets a contract. Back up here, back up there, believe it or not, Dantzler is a free agent. And then Fred Warner, the 6-year 90, goes through, an absolute win. That was easily the biggest contract we had because we were lacking at middle linebacker hard. And then we get even more backups. Nothing really too major for the roster, but, fill out the positions. Yes. All right, so for this draft, there are actually a lot of really good defenders. Our number 1 look would probably be Mr. Is it Galloway or Callaway, the corner, who was listed as a wide receiver for winning the Heisman. The Heisman is a very hard thing to pass on. He doesn't look absolutely insane to where you just can't pass on him. I'm going to look at some of these other guys. This guy, if he was faster, I would definitely take him hands down right out the gate, but he's not faster. He's not going to be able to play edge. He kind of fits interior, but we just solved that, so I don't know about that. Wide receiver's not actually that bad. But this is the guy, Mr. Evan Galloway. Decent enough looking, early first talent, mid-first projection. Fast enough for sure. 21, Heisman winning. They also mentioned Mr. Ty Burton, who was something about he used to be under the radar, but no longer. Definitely would like to see, if we were in a, rebuild where we actually needed O-line, I'd probably just take him instead, but I don't know, man. It's either you take Galloway or you just trade down. There are some very good talents here, I will say. Where is one of the guys I can't lose? This guy, Gafford, is just a can't-miss player. Early third. I'm going to move him up for a fact. Best running backs, there really wasn't any great ones. This guy's probably the best, but I don't really know if he's there in the third, maybe. This wide receiver is a late first talent, and he's decent enough looking, fast as hell too, so, that works there. So, we obviously have talent. It's just, ooh, this guy's pretty good too. I just don't know if we want to take this corner, because he's going to have dev automatically, but, corner just isn't a need. Let me see if Jonathan Jones needs a contract soon, because if he does, then I suppose. Yeah, the decision has been made. We're taking the cornerback and hoping for superstar, or better, obviously. We, Mr. Corner guy, Jonathan Jones needs a contract, and he's 28, so it makes sense. Evan Galloway, that's going to be our guy, and he is hidden. It says we reached. I think that's perfectly fine. Hidden at 75 overall. As we expected, a little bit on the slower side, but good hit power, good catching, fast enough, just fast enough. And then I believe that's really it, right? We have some first-round talent still, but I think realistically, second round's the way to go. We also have 2 second-round picks. Ooh, both of them are good. Okay, so this was actually the higher pick anyways. If we were actually kind of smart here, we would actually maybe even take Devin Nicholson. 2 years, Mac Jones hasn't stolen the show from Cam, and when he did play wasn't really good. This guy looks really solid. If he's somehow still there at the end of the second, I guess you kind of have to take him when your quarterback position is still in, question, I suppose. So trade on to 13 and then 30 probably. Taking a 2nd, 3rd, and 5th from the Raiders. They move up to 4 to grab. Not a great player. And you know what? We're going to reach. We're actually going to reach. We're just going to take the middle linebacker now. I don't want to risk it. Mr. DJ Gafford looks really solid. Can't be wrong. Normal development, 72 overall. Super, super fast. A little lacking in the coverage ratings, but he's obviously, tons and tons of potential. So we're kind of banking on us doing well. So we're giving them 60 and 90 for 45, which is similar to what the Raiders gave us, but there's no 5th, and they are technically getting better value in a way, but it kind of comes down to how well we play next year. But we're going to be taking Mr. Highsmith, and once again, the start of the 3rd, if that quarterback's there, I'm taking him. Devontae Highsmith, 75 overall. Knew he was going to be decent, but I didn't think he was going to be this decent. This guy is definitely the future over Judon. Let's go to the next round. That quarterback is not going to be there, right? 70 and 156 to 65. I will say we probably didn't need to be that desperate with it because they didn't know what we were taking, right? Like, quarterback is a need, kind of, but it's not that big of a need. But still, the value is there. We got to take him. Devin Nicholson. And that makes things interesting, doesn't it? 75 overall, hidden development. Looks like one of those generational type talents. He's going to sit behind Mac Jones, I guess. Not every rebuild has to be, oh, well, the Vikings got Kellen Mond, he's the future. The Patriots got Mac Jones, he's the future. Whatever works. If Mac Jones sucks, I'm gonna bench him. I'm gonna be honest. He really doesn't impress me, honestly. I feel like even pulling Cam was almost a reach just to give the man, the named guy, some playtime, really. And then with this pick, do we still have our pick? Oh, I want that wide receiver. I'll move to like 7 maybe. I mean, the wide receiver's not that big of a need anymore with Gallup, but we still really haven't had a guy emerge, so I think we're going to go to the Panthers. And with this pick, we will be taking Mr. Ricky Hatchett. Maybe jump the gun a little bit, but he looks pretty damn good. And that he is. 73 overall. Hidden development trait. Release is pretty awful, but that is a steal. That is a top 15 pick if you knew, how good he was, obviously. But that's the point of the draft. You don't know. How many hiddens have we landed, actually? Oh, wait, no. We didn't have a hidden for these two, right? We're going to be taking him in the high 5th round here. Brandon Routs. Hoping for the best. 68 overall. We get ourselves like a better Ramondre Stevenson, I guess. This pick will be the fullback. Hopefully he's still there, which he is. Mr. Chase Dahl looks very solid. 71 overall normal. That'll be the... Ooh, that's a really good fullback, actually. That'll be the fullback for the foreseeable future. Now, for draft recap, we can't look at everyone because, was Gafford normal? How many hiddens did we land? Okay, the quarterback doesn't matter because we're starting Mac Jones out the gate, but Galloway, we're going to start at number 3. Actually, we're just going to put him at number 3 automatically, but I want to see how good he is. I am curious. Number 20, I guess it'll stand. And, damn, I want him at number 2, which he will be, but that'll be after the season. Devin Nicholson, I really don't know what I hope for here, because if he's better than Star, I want to start him. If he's not, I don't know. And he is superstar, so that's going to be interesting. Mac Jones is going to... He's got some pressure. Mac Jones is going to have to make it count, because if Mac Jones doesn't make it count, I'm not going to look at Hatchet. I think that it's a little, little bit too much knowledge. And then for the other picks, I don't think there was really anything I cared about, right? I guess let's take a look at the running backs. Jacoby Carman. Ugh, disgusters. And we're also going to be taking a 9 mil hit to get rid of Judon. Don't worry about the 3 mil cap room. That's not realistic. So what it is in real life, assuming, the salary cap is a little confusing at times. If I'm not mistaken, his cap hit is 16.5. His dead cap is 9. So we're either saving anywhere from 2 to 7 mil releasing him. With him playing as poorly as he has, I think it's worth starting Highsmith, even though he is only normal. The ratings, the age, all of that was going down. Obviously, we could have waited a year, and it would have only been a 4.5 mil hit, but I'm fine with getting rid of him already. McRone, I don't know what the hell that's all about, but I ain't gonna worry about it. Gafford is already the number 2. He's the most athletic. All the players are kind of trash outside of Fred, so what's the point? But yeah, I think we're in an okay spot. I think we got to trade Jones off, and things will go pretty well. I like it. I still don't know where Castillo has come from. I don't know if that's just someone they're auto-signing for us because, we just don't sign kickers until the draft. Like, we've just been drafting random ones. This really is not a win for us at all. But we trade Jonathan Jones off to the Raiders for pick 95. So awful. Hopefully they're not that good, but I mean, they were one of the only teams that could really afford him, and obviously they need corner. We'll also be releasing Mr. Bourne, who he's been okay, but just not good enough. Nelson Aguilar has been the better, and even Nelson Aguilar, I feel like, probably shouldn't even be here. Actually, he physically shouldn't be here, so I'm going to release him as well, but I'm going to drop his cap to nothing. Or his bonus. All right, year 3, the team's looking a little different. In a good way, though. The offense definitely has more potential than many years in the past. Nixon, I mean, he's played pretty well. He just hasn't really dev'd too well. It probably needs that, star dev plus treatment, because he obviously looks pretty damn solid. As far as, the offensive line, one of the best, if not the best in the league at this point. Tight ends, I don't know if we lose Henry after this season or not, but honestly, I wouldn't mind it too much, because we're not really seeing too much success from the 2 tight end set. To be fair, Madden Sim usually doesn't utilize that too much, even with the Patriots scheme. Defensively, definitely some upgrades at certain positions. Like free safety isn't an upgrade, but it's an upgrade for potential. Fred Warner is a massive upgrade at middle linebacker. Jackson is an upgrade because he has way more potential than most that we've had before. And then Highsmith has some pretty decent potential too, even at normal. D-line, obviously, better than we've had throughout the start of this. And then Galloway, I mean, you can kind of turn that into the Gilmore J.C. Jackson show in the few years. So, I mean, we have a lot of potential. And with an 86 overall team, we probably do have a good enough team to make it back to the postseason. Hunter Henry needs a 4-year 30. And I'm probably thinking that we're going to let him go. I don't think that's bad money. For one, I don't even know how much money we have. Apparently, we do have some money. Oof, I don't know. We'll give Chase Winovich the 4-year, I suppose. 4-year 43. He's played pretty damn well for us. Damian Harris, I'll probably have to review how well he's playing. Jake Bailey will get the contract. And then Hunter Henry, man, I don't even know. If we're at the deadline still, which I don't know if we are. I think we are. We might try to trade him. All right, so we're in a weird spot because, I guess with that win, we do okay. But 7-9, but at the point of when I thought maybe we should replace Mac Jones in the lineup, I think it was right around here. This loss to the Jets, he was having a pretty good season. I could not pull him. I just could not. And we know our backup quarterback is superstar. And you can see here, I think we made the right choice, right? A 4,300-yard, at 35 touchdown, 12 interception season might even be enough to go up to superstar. It is not. He's slightly off, I believe. That's too good to pass up, right? Like, I could not put in Nicholson, even though he's superstar. So Mac Jones gets another year, for sure. Damian Harris, 900 yards, 5 touchdowns. Damian Harris wasn't bad, but I just don't think he's explosive enough to be the starting running back. I just don't think he is. As far as receiving goes, though, Gallup, probably superstar, really good season. Trey Nixon, Hatchett, and Jonnu. I mean, some interesting numbers here. Jonnu is definitely pretty good. Henry, I mean, it's nice to have a high overall backup, and the money's not bad. I just can't. We're just going to let him go to free agency. We just can't pay him. O-line played really well. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think we have a good enough wide receiver, too. I think that's the problem. We had some decent numbers at that. Barmore at D-end, 11 sacks, not bad. Winovich at 7, that's still fine. Highsmith with 6. And then I'll be honest with you, I'm a bit disappointed by Jackson's 3-sack numbers. As far as kicking goes, we started the rookie. He was okay. Yearly awards, where was Mr. Mac Jones? Mac Jones, number 6 on the list. I don't know where Cam Newton is, but for once, Cam Newton's not God tier, right? Hatchett, Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year for Gafford. As far as any of the other positions go, we did not win anything, but at least it wasn't the a complete loss of a season like the other year, so we should at least see some dev ups. Is it the Cowboys and Jags again? But this time the Cowboys win? Is that what that was? All right, dev ups. Obviously, Gallup's going to go up to superstar, mid-out, red zone threat, and then surprisingly, Mac Jones goes to superstar, even though I'm pretty sure you need to be a top 5. Or is it top 6? I can't remember. It's top something for your position to go to superstar. Hatchett, I mean, he's already better than Nixon, so he's obviously going to be the number 2. Jonnu still number 1. No superstar, which kind of sucks, though. Defensively, dev ups. Oh yeah, Barmore got one and Gafford got one. Gafford doesn't really surprise me. Barmore doesn't really surprise me either, but it's nice to see that he actually did it, right? And he got to dev up. Not bad. Okay, I mean, things could be better at certain spots, but also they could be much worse. Going to be letting Hunter Henry go. I don't think Damian Harris... You know what? I'll re-sign him. I'll sign him. If he takes this deal, it's pretty decent money, right? And I think other teams would be interested in him. Re-signs for 3 for 14. Good backup money at worst. Forgot to re-sign Jake Bailey. He should be fine with this, though. 3-year, just about 10. It's pretty fine. And then the rest we're going to let go. This is the moment. I think this is the moment you think about, where should you have won a Super Bowl? This is the moment. Even though we can't even get to the playoffs. But this has got to be it. Stephan Gilmore finally goes to free agency. The Seahawks are willing to take him. Interesting. Kareem Hunt. That's a hard man to pass up on. Mecole Hardman would be an interesting fit, I will say. I'll give a thought to Mecole Hardman, but everyone else, of course, Jamar Chase, it's a 2-year deal or whatever, Quitty Pay would be a nice name, but obviously these guys shouldn't even be here. But Mecole Hardman, interesting. All right, so we signed Pollard, who's never really been great for us in the past, but I think as far as a 1-2 punch goes, not bad, right? Kind of like I'd say a poor man's someone, but there's not really a team that, utilizes a speed and power back to, an expertise level right now that I'm thinking of. I mean, the Browns, but they're kind of similar-ish back, so, yeah, I don't know. We got a couple of backups on top of it. We pay Mecole Hardman a 4-year 40. I'm sick of the receivers sucking. I know Hatchett's got to come up, but, Trey's not the guy. Hatchett probably is the guy, but it's fine. We get some backups. Fabian Moreau is the new backup tight end. Not quite the talent Hunter Henry is, but good enough probably. All right, so we're in the draft, and as far as what we need goes, honestly, probably just offensive linemen for the future, because obviously we can't afford everyone. But yeah, I mean, let's go to 10, move down to probably 17, and then draft that lineman. Also, I don't know if he's gone already or not. I gotta take a look. Look at this speed on this guy. 4.36. Hands down the fastest I've ever seen in Madden. This guy is literally a corner. I'll tell you what, in a user league, it does not matter what the talent grade is. He would be taken very high, especially with good hit power. The speed and hit power is really all you need, especially with the age. We trade pick 10 for 17 and 49 from the Chargers, in which they take one of the better pass rushers. Pretty even trade, and we will take it. Still getting the first round. You get another second round for next year. Kind of cooking up. Better than the Bears, right? Or not the Bears, the Bills. Sullivan's still there, man. If we didn't pay Pollard, I probably would go Sullivan, but Pollard proves that you really don't need to put too much into the position. And if we didn't pay freaking Hardman, we could have gotten Quincy. He looks really good. I'm so sad. I'm actually going to take Carlos Hale here. He looks okay. 74 overall normal. The reason why I grab him is because, once again, I don't know the situation with money. Money's got to be getting a little tight here. So, Quincy looking like a good pick. Money's getting a little tight, so I would imagine we're not going to be able to afford everyone. Duggar would be one of those guys that is definitely replaceable. And I think that's coming up right now. So not a bad time to grab yourself a backup safety that could end up taking the starting role. As far as what we want to go here for, Proctor kind of has some durability or doability, I suppose. Dual ability. I don't know how you want to say it. But you have a couple of guys here that look pretty good. I think Proctor is going to be my guy. Andrew Proctor, 76 overall normal. So that early first grade was true. Has just enough athleticism to play the guard role, I feel. Got a bunch of were all those second rounds this year or next year? I can't remember, but I don't mind it. Mid-third, kind of an interior guy for this scheme. Looks like a good fit. Probably someone we will take. Tackle, late second, mid-second grade. This guy, 6'3", looks more like an actual center, but another early first. Kind of want to grab him. I'm going to grab him. Cam Tucker. We're going to go for it. And 276 overall centers. This guy looks like he'll actually be a center, whereas the other guy would be a tackle or a guard. Good picks. Did we just sell with our pass rusher here, by the way? We did not. Mr. Connor Leach looks like a pretty good player, and he's not great, but he's okay. I got to up that strength. I don't understand why they do that. 31 bench press reps, 84 strength. Really? Seems like an 86, 87 or so, right? Alright, so we made a couple of trade downs. We actually added quite a bit of value. There's a really solid speedy back here who's, I mean, worth the potential, I think, here in the top of the 4th. No hidden development running backs yet, and I thought maybe we would have landed one by now, but this guy is a very solid player. Kind of looks like a Pollard clone almost, really, just a little bit less in the speed. It'd be what it'd be. We're going to move to pick 16 now, where we might take that wide receiver next. You know what? I don't think we are. I think we're going to bulk up some of these picks and just trade away. We really don't need another wide receiver of all things. And we're going to do it again. We're taking another center to play somewhere else. This one was a complete bust, though. And you can never have enough linebackers. Larry McIntyre, and there's the hidden player, apparently. Very solid. Obviously, the age is a bit of a problem, but, you know, that proves that age isn't always something you could, you know, should be scared of. Unless it's your grandmother, naked, walking down the stairs. Unless she's sexy. I mean, punter time, Rob Gardner. Not bad. We obviously got our punter for 3 years, but that guy can learn some things. Can always release our guy into the a third year. It's something. It's a safe pick. I think the only hidden we actually landed was the what is it called? The linebacker. Not that he's gonna matter anyways. 4 hidden, at least for right now. I suppose let's take a look at the lineman. Trading down may have been a huge sell. We'll find out right now. And it was not, thankfully. But also begs the question of how sad is it that he wasn't hidden when he was clear-cut the best. As far as Mr. Tommy Barker goes, normal development traits, boy is he fast, but I still think he should be faster. I'm going to make him faster. All right, so we trade Nixon, McGrone, and Cohen to the Colts for pick 53. Cohen alone is probably worth a third. McGrone and Nixon, I figured, is a fourth. Late second is fair, and Cook is just because their cap space was a little low. All right, here we are on year 4. I think we're in really good par here. Year 4 of this rebuild. We'll do 5 at least, and then I'll kind of see where we're at. But, I mean, I don't really see how we can get a whole lot better than where we are. You know, we just got to keep getting better by playing well, and if we don't play well with a pretty damn good roster, I'm not really sure how you progress. Other than, like, signing some big-name free agent running back, which you probably won't even see anyways. We only seen, what, Kareem Hunt, but we've done that a bunch of times. As far as O-line goes, obviously sick. Onwenu could be replaced. We did get a bunch of linemen for that, you know, specific reason. Same with Shaq Mason. The guards could be gone. As far as defensively, linebackers are pretty set. Highsmith, it'd be nice to get him devved up, but overall, DBs, linebackers, the whole defense is literally set. It comes down to if we have to re-sign anyone, which, you know, maybe Duggar, but once again, Hale is already ready to go. I mean, I think we built a hell of a squad. Let's see if we can finally get it to win some games, though. All right, so like we expected, we have some re-signings, some big re-signings to be exact. All right, so Barmore's the number 1 guy here just because he's got the most potential and he's playing a pretty important role. Onwenu, that would probably be the next guy. I mean, because he's really close to Shaq Mason in talent, but he's a lot younger, and he's actually asking for less. So I think we'll pay Onwenu, and then we pretty much have to let Shaq Mason go. We have no choice. I'm just going to say no already. Mac Jones, a 5-year, 133. We're not even close to halfway through the season, but let's see how good he is, I suppose. And, I mean, he's playing pretty damn well. I mean, likely to get the contract. We'll wait a few more weeks, though. And then Duggar, once again, another guy you have to let go. We're kind of broke. Right, head to the playoffs, and we lose the game, which loses the division, but thankfully we had enough wins to still make the playoffs. What an absolute sell by this team to lose the final 2 games. Gotta love that. And we get to play against the Browns, most likely because of that. As far as Mac Jones goes, a 5-year 133 is probably fair, considering, you know, he had a pretty good season last season. Was good here, and then he just kind of choked it a little bit. I'm not really sure what to tell you. Running back is one of the biggest issues on this team, though. Like, I just don't understand why EA's rushing numbers are the way they are. It's like, if you're a starting running back for a team and you don't get injured, you're basically guaranteed 1,000 yards rushing. That's just the way the NFL is. Offense is just so heavy now. It's just like, it's going to happen no matter what with the way the rules are. You're going to have 1,000 yards if you're the main running back and you don't get injured. But not if you're in this league, I guess, in Madden. As far as awards go, we got Best DB with a guy that we're letting go. Sweet. And even, what's funny is I didn't even look at how much Duggar actually wanted. I just knew that we're kind of low on money. We have a backup ready to go, and Duggar at 27, not a super greatly high overall, Even if he goes to Superstar, I'm not going to regret it, obviously. All right, second to last season, unless, of course, we somehow win the Super Bowl here, which is just, I would put that at like 100 to 1. I don't think that's going to happen at all. But maybe it does. Who knows? We'll play at least another season, though, if we don't. 7-0, not a bad start going against Cleveland. Obviously, they did lose to Houston, but I don't know. The more random of a team you are, the better chance you have, I think, in Sim. I'm not sure how that works, but we're getting absolutely hammered here. We just can't move the ball. We just can't move the ball. We have a very good offensive line, a sick set of receivers, quarterbacks probably close to the 90s. And it just doesn't matter because Baker Mayfield, Sim God. Running backs all suck. I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. I'm sure this guy's great. Jordan Elliott, random DT. Well, no matter how you want to look at it, we're on to our final season. We keep rebuilding these decent teams, but EA just keeps saying no. Like the Jets are in the Super Bowl. The Jets just won the Super Bowl. What overall are they? Obviously, they're probably pretty decent now with the morale boost and the fact that they won all those games. 86 overall. Nice. Good job. Good job making it to the Super Bowl, Jets. You clearly deserved it. At least the Buccaneers get there. They're a high overall team, and they make it there anyways. Of course, Duggar does go up to Superstar. Once again, not feeling bad about it at all. Unless the contract midseason before he went to Superstar was like 5 or so per, then I'd be kind of sad. Hardman doesn't go up in dev. A little surprised by it. Defensively, we see just Duggar, it appears to be. Galloway, obviously, number 2. I mean, this is a 6 squad. This is some EA BS again, man. It's so annoying. And let's be honest, I'm never going to come back and, reload this team. So whatever money we have, never mind. I was about to say, we're just going to blow on some free agent that's going to help us now, but nope, that's not going to be the case because we're broke. All right, so I know this guy's probably not technically built for the interior of the line, but he's kind of like a 50-50 player. Looks pretty good. We have to replace a DT, so I feel like he's a good choice. 76 overall, normal. Isaiah Newhouse. Definitely a talented player. Could play that kind of like Winovich role, but a little bit bigger, a little bit more size for the specific role, I guess. Although now I kind of wish I would have went with the center because we have another DT. This guy looks even more promising, and he is one of the best players in the entire draft, John Daniels. And then this might be early, but John Roach looks like a really good running back. We're going to take him, 73 overall normal, and he is extremely good. I really thought we were going to get a hit in, but yeah, we don't. We just stick with the same running backs pretty much the entirety of this thing. And really what we have next, early 4th, fast as hell, I'm going to take him. Caleb Wilkins, aggressive catch. You can definitely work with him. But what will we do? I don't know. He'll probably be the number 2 for now. And then we have a corner. We need to replace one of our corners. I just don't know how many people we can afford. So Tremaine Cohen, another Cohen guy that'll probably never start for us. And yeah, he's not great. We trade 142 and 151 for 98 from the Lions, in which we will be taking a middle linebacker, I believe. What about these wide receivers? Late first talent grade, late second talent grade. Wide receivers on the list, but is it that big of a need? Hell, is middle linebacker even that big of a need? But I saw that. Yeah, I'm going to take him. He's too fast not to. 68 overall. Okay, yeah, man, maybe too many linebackers. Maybe just a few too many linebackers. So we didn't land a single hit him, but obviously we've got some pretty decent players, and we probably won't see them develop because this is the final season after all, but it doesn't hurt to fix your backup spot, I guess. I don't know. I don't really have anything for you because, like, one way, it doesn't matter, but in the other way, we're doing a realistic rebuild. I feel like that's kind of the direction they would take it. Here's the team for the 5th and final year, 92 overall. Not really having much postseason success. 90s for 3 of our receivers, 90-plus for Mac Jones. We have a superstar backup quarterback. How good even is he? Devin Nicholson. He's literally good enough to start for some other team. It's literally like the Brady, Jimmy Garoppolo story here, but Mac Jones is way younger. Offensive line, we obviously take a hit at right guard, and Andrew's gone no matter what, but hey, it's the final season. It's good enough for me. Defensively, strong safety takes a bit of a dip, but overall it's still the same old great team. There's nothing else we can do, really. I mean, just win, please, team. It doesn't really matter too much, but we'll take a look at re-signings. A 2-year 25 for Trent. That's hard to pass up on, especially for a superstar mammoth. Ryan Jackson. That's not actually that bad for a guy that I let the AI sim, and apparently they turned him into an interesting character. I'm not really sure why they didn't go for more pass rush stuff, but Eddie Lowell, maybe. Sebastian Joseph Day, probably not. And then Johnny, probably not, just because it's a 4-year. If he gets a superstar, I would, but without superstar, it's kind of a 50-50. I mean, it seems like the team has the money to re-sign a lot of these guys, so not really that bad of a spot. Lowell is 98 speed. Jeez. I mean, I guess it's not that, much. Going to lose J.C. Jackson. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. David Andrews, you let go. Hodgins, you let go. John is not actually asking for that much. Tight end's not that hard to get. It's kind of hard to get, so we're going to sign him and hope he gets a superstar in one of these seasons. I don't know. Sebastian Joseph Day is not even that bad, but DT has not really been that hard for us to draft, so we're going to let him go. Have about 20 mil to work with, and not really that much to replace. We already have a lot of replacements ready anyways. Playoffs time, and we're 12-4. That's the Patriot way. Get us back to that 12-plus win category. This is obviously the year. We won a bunch of games there near the end. Dolphins at 1-15. Who the hell did they beat? As Mac Jones is an X factor. Didn't change the scheme at all, and you can probably tell by the rushing numbers as they are abysmal again. Gallup could be the X factor. Jonnu should be the superstar. Hardman kind of lacking. Hatchet, just awful numbers, but a lot of mouths to feed. Blocking, okay, I suppose. Barmore crushed it. Could be X Factor. Winovich should be X Factor. Ryan Jackson, once again, kind of iffy. But then again, what do you expect from a person that has the name Ryan without an A? Trying to be special, huh? MVP Justin Fields with Mac Jones right behind him. It looks like the quarterback class is the big five, they call them. Well, maybe not the big five, the big four at this point. Balling out. I'm a little surprised that we aren't seeing more Trevor Lawrence. Number 6. It's not really that great, to be fair. Mac Jones winning a couple of awards. Finally on top of the world here, it appears. But will we even win a singular playoff game in this entirety? We'll find out. 94 overall to the 89 overall Buffalo Bills. We're easily the best overall team in the league. Can we actually make it count, though? No snow or anything. No excuses. It's time to play. Going to the end of the game. Really can't see anyone having much of a lead. We have the lead, but it doesn't really look promising, right? 3 points is one thing, but lack of success is another. As we're just, what is this? 3-0. 7-3 to start the fourth, because that's how games end, right? Oh, my Lord. Is this really how the rebuild's going to end? Oh, my Lord. You've got to be kidding me. We're going to lose like this? Oh, nice drive, though. Maybe there's a chance. I'm going to come in. And there you go. We got a sliver of a shot. Such a disaster, dude. Just, they don't give us any love. Somebody get there. Somebody get him. Really wish he would have actually... Can I call a timeout? I spammed it. For a second, I thought it was like a turnover on downs because it wouldn't let me call a timeout. Gallup is the main guy. I really wish it was Hardman, but, I think that option is out the window. We're going to throw it early to Gallup. Gallup's going to try to get some yards after the catch. Makes it very interesting to the 45. We obviously need the touchdown to have a chance at this thing. Not even a chance. We'd win the game at a touchdown. Jonnu to the end zone, I guess. Gallup burns off the line again. Crossers is OP as hell. As with 2 seconds left, maybe he could have gotten a little bit more risky and got closer, but hey, 21-yard line. Let's hope for the best. Gotta give it to Gallup. Penalty! It's a pass interference. There's no way. You have to keep this in the hands of the quarterback, right? You have to. Pollard, who'd expect Harris to go out for a route, though? We can't sell here. Please don't sell. Hardman, touchdown. There's no way. No, crossers as the god tier play. I actually thought Gallup was going to one-hand that thing. And I don't know, the ball looked a little overthrown, but I can make the argument that maybe he would have got a cleaner jump off if he didn't get hit. Are they going to show that as one of the highlights, even though it clearly was? Of course, they're not. But, wow, that was... I mean, if you don't deserve to win the game after something like that, or not even the game, a Super Bowl, I don't even know what to tell you. Absolutely ridiculous. What a scoreline. Gotta love it. That is insane. To the divisional round, going up against the Jaguars. We just made fun of Trevor Lawrence. This is going to be great news. Going to the end of the game 3 to 0-3 all. At least we're seeing some scoring. Maybe a little bit too much scoring from them, but 10-13, halftime score of 17-20. That is super unfortunate. 24-20. I'll take this result more than, last game, though. This is a little more realistic, seeing some scoring here today as we're up 7 in a decent spot. Of course, they look pretty promising to tie it up, but the defense takes the ball away. We're in the championship. Who picked it? Who picked it? Of course, rushing, really not great for either team, but Damian Lewis, yeah, it's okay. For a guy like Damian Lewis to be the better of the backs is a little, surprising. As Hale, the youngster, my guy. Did we miss the field goal there? Who missed that? Here it is, a little magical championship round against the Jets. Of course they're here. Of course they're here. They're always doing crazy things with their mediocre team. Can't wait for them to beat us here as well. And, of course, it's a snow game. Why wouldn't it be a snow game for a championship against the division rival? It just fits too well. As Dallas on the other side has been to multiple of these. 3 out of the 5 if they win this one. Jets are the safety. Nice. I love it. Good job, Patriots. Just getting smoked by the Jets. 26-0. That's what happens in real life, right? Come on, man. Come on, man. You've got to be kidding me with these sims. They're so bad. And we throw a pick 6, is it? What? Okay, you guys know the drill. Trash-ass Madden. We got to just back out, randomly simulate it. It's going to go from 47-14 to either us blowing them out or barely losing. It's not how it works. Like, if I sim something like 10 times, it should be the same result at least 7 out of the 10 times, right? BB. If we get beat by like 40, I would be surprised. Oh, wow. We go from 47-14 to 38-14, but we win. That's a 70-point swing, EA. Wow. Who would have thought? It was that random. Unbelievable. I really don't care the results. We got to the championship. It's good enough. Gallup gets the X Factor. I don't know why. Where the hell was it, actually? Oh, there it is. It's like way at the top. And then Mac Jones as an X Factor. Gambler. Protected Gunslinger. Gunslinger, interesting. Defensively, I don't think we, Barmore had a dev up to X Factor. Really didn't get that many defensive dev ups, though, in this one, I will admit. But that's pretty much that. Let's go to the Super Bowl against the Cowboys, who have been to 3 now. This would be either are they going to go 1-2 or 2-1, as we already know that they lost 1 and won 1 against the Jags. Here it is. Is that in Dallas? I can't really tell what stadium this is. Kind of looks like the Saints. Might be the Saints. Because Falcons is year 4, right? I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me. As Dallas gets the first points on the board. 7-all. 14-7. 21-7. Are we? Is this happening again? 21-14. 21-all to start the second half. They get 7. It's like all touchdowns. It's really interesting. Half of the field belongs to them, as Zeke probably still gets them down the field. Clutch drive, but now the defense has got to make a play. And defense does. I'm coming in. I don't care. If we get the touchdown, I'm not going to, force any, 2-point conversions or anything like that. I'm just going to play it out, or let them play it out anyways, as Hardman, who is just an absolute freak of nature, just cannot be stopped. Gallup, he's pretty damn good, right? I think you got to take that every day of the week. Bounces right off his hands. One-on-one, realistically. If we need, if we were a little bit more of a bad situation, I probably would go for crossers, but, I ain't going to cheese it this time. We cheesed it enough. And we're going to be looking for that Hardman route. And he gets the throw, catches the ball. That's why I went for the rack catch, or the possessioner. Kind of wish we would have went with the rack catch now, though. Gallop on that outside. Wins it. Wins it, but the time is down. Spike it. 4 seconds left. Oh, my. Oh, my. That clock definitely went a little bit faster than I thought it was going to. They have the leverage on a lot of the players. Hatchet! Score! 1 second left, so if you would have dropped it, you would have thought you didn't have a chance. Absolutely impressive. I mean, we usually choke it, but we actually clutched up hard in this one. And the last one we played. I don't know whose ball this is. Oh, please. Offense 3rd and 7. Get 7. 4th and inches. What do you call in real life? Do you punt this? I don't think you do. I really don't. We played it risky the whole way through on this freaking rebuild. Why wouldn't we? As Hatchet, who's made a play before, could have the game winner. Hardman, I had him, but when you have Hardman wide open, you just, you got to trust what you trust. I love how speed matters that much as he's just absolutely torched off the line. And I will say, Gallup, ironically enough, not really that fast, kind of burns him. He's kind of fast. He's like 90-91 before we got him, so he could have gotten a few upgrades. I'm going to stop now because obviously we did our part. Field goal. So up by 3. Not really looking good as Dallas does, in fact, win it. One hell of a Super Bowl. I would love to see a Super Bowl like that. That would be insane. I don't care who wins it. That would be fun to watch. But here are the results. Nothing really too spectacular to look at. Oh, who missed the field goal? Oh, my God, this man. This kicker we got, I think he's missed like 1 in every single one, right? No, it's not ours. It's theirs. Never mind. They missed one and we still could have won. Sweet. Shouldn't have been overtime, it apparently appears. But either way, we got the Patriots back to a Super Bowl. That's, it is what it is. Show you guys, the force wins and all that stuff. Show you guys we didn't do anything like that. Even though we did, basically not accept our championship result. So it'd be what it be. But regardless, that is going to be the Mac Jones New England Patriots updated rebuild. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK Plays, and then once again, twitch.tv/Jeromepkr, where we could and should be live tonight around 10 p.m. Central Standard Time with some Bulldogs, and then possibly, like I said, at least a fantasy draft for a rebuild in the future. If you have any ideas for rebuilds in the future, let me know in the comment section below. If you've been watching the second channel PK Plays, means a ton to me, means a lot, actually. And let me know what kind of games you'd like to see on there. Obviously, I've a plan for the games I want to play, but maybe there's games that I don't have on my list that I need to. Anyways, that's about it. Maybe there'll be even a clip for the second channel coming up. I don't know. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya! She just gonna walk away now? It'll take her the whole hour demo just to get down that creek. It's a little monkey! Ah! Oh, he's eating me. Oh! I knew it! I knew it! Get your shotgun out for the... Oh! He's on the roof! Look at his little jiggly jaw. Look at it. It's like he's laughing, too. It's pretty hot, though. I mean, scary.